This is TWiT, This Week in Tech, episode 44 for March 5th, 2006. Thank you all so much for being here. We are at the Apple Store in San Francisco, California. No, we had no idea that Apple was going to make an announcement this week. It's just coincidental, but we're glad to be here, and we've got a great TWiT lineup with us. Starting off to my right with Mr. Roger Chang. Hey, Roger, welcome.
Hello.
Welcome back to the Apple Store. Did you wear your TWiT hoodie?
Actually, it's in the washing machine.
It's in the... Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank God.
Those will shrink, you know. To my left, ladies and gentlemen, Steve Wozniak, without whom there would be no Apple Store or Apple Computer at all. Steve, we're so glad to have you back on the panel.
And Leo, I admire you so much. I always love being with you on these things, and
Thank you.
I promise to try to hold down my toys and jokes.
We asked Steve no laser jokes, although I was wearing the glowing green earring for St. Patrick's Day. You like that? Patrick says it's going to destroy the compression algorithms. They're going to go crazy. I can't do it. Patrick Darton is here, my good buddy from the Screensavers and DL.TV, where he's bringing it back to life. And we'll talk about a new show I just saw a pilot for on DLTV. That's great. Very excited about that.
I hope so.
Also, we're very glad to welcome from CNET's Buzz Out Loud. Is it Buzz Out Loud or Out Loud?
Buzz Out Loud.
Molly Wood, ladies and gentlemen. So glad to have her here. You may applaud.
Oh, stop. You should applaud what?
All the women are applauding. Finally, they've got some estrogen on this darn panel. It's about time.
That's what I thought.
And Roman Loyola is also here, former producer at Tech TV and now at Mac Addict magazine. Great to have you. Wearing his cool. That's a cool Apple.
Yeah, I got it at the mothership store at Apple. But it shouldn't be any indication of my thoughts and feelings about Apple.
So you don't necessarily like Apple because you paid $60
No, I love
for a
Apple.
Switch? Okay.
But,
Hey, there are about 100 people in the audience with TWiT toothbrushes. I don't think we
So
could.
that's what this is.
Yeah, This Week in Tech toothbrushes. It's a TWiT brush. So I don't think any of them, that would be no implied, endorsement just because they brush their teeth with a TWiT brush.
Is it an implication about how often they brush their teeth?
It might be.
Because that is
Parts
not
of our
nice.
computer that we clean?
With a toothbrush.
Yes, so that's what the kind of a brush it
It
is.
could be a computer brush. It could be
Keyboard brush.
Keyboard. Oh, that's a good point, yeah. So, of course, the big story of the week, or at least one of them, there's many. Actually, maybe not the big story of the week, but it is the story we're going to lead off with, is the Apple product announcement. Molly was down there. I was down there. Were you there? I saw you. That's right. Roman Loyola was down there. Well, let's start with you, Roman. You're covering it for a Mac publication. I guess really the story is how the press made such a big deal out of what Apple clearly wanted to be just a little announcement, right?
yeah, I mean, the predictions of what was going to be
It went crazy.
was crazy. And, the severe letdown, I believe, is an understatement about
And we were guilty of it, too. I mean, all Apple said
What do
was...
you like? The Apple just wanted it to be a small little gathering with 4 or 5 friends. So they sent invitations to everyone at every major media outlet in North America.
Yeah, but it wasn't
like...
Sometimes these announcements are, get ready to get your socks blown off. This time it said, come join us for a few, fun new products.
And the
Yeah, but it doesn't
rumors
matter
were
what
not exciting enough to not expect too much anyway.
Well, I mean, everybody...
Managed expectation.
What did people think? It was going to be a video iPod, right?
I think people thought it would be everything from a video iPod to a standalone DVR to the Apple HD TV. I mean, it doesn't really matter what the invitation says.
G5s with
It
Intel
matters that you
processors.
got an invitation, and it's at Apple, and it said it's going to be a thing. There's going to be a thing, and that's enough.
I actually did not get an invitation at first.
My man.
Oh, me neither.
I've never gotten an Apple invitation.
And so I felt really left out of, everyone was going to the party
Kevin
but
Rose,
me.
ladies
Look
and
at that.
gentlemen. He's here. He brought beer.
Oh, wow.
What do you think this is, Dignation? It wouldn't be
enough for everyone, Mr.
It wouldn't be a Kevin Rose show without some beer. Can we get a mic on Mr. Rose? We do have a mic. You don't have the fancy mics we do. I'm so glad to see you. We thought you weren't going to be here, so we just got started.
Actually, this event at Apple, I normally get invited to all the big Apple events, and I wasn't invited to this one. Usually I hear from Steve, but I may have actually turned it down because of a conflict in schedule, and then the conflict erased itself, but I know I wasn't there.
Okay, so they announced 2 new minis, I think overpriced, right? I mean, by like a couple $100, this mini, don't you think? And then, what do you think? I don't know. Roman,
Well, I like to go to these events, and when they come to the pricing point, I like to try and guess the price.
Yeah.
And my guesses were way under what they actually have the prices at.
Well, they actually raised the price of the Mini from $499 to $599. Why? Because it's Intel? Because it's got a remote control?
Because they felt they were undercharging for Airport Express and Bluetooth?
I don't know. I mean,
Maybe they just didn't want the people who bought the previous versions like me to feel like heels.
Are you talking? Kevin's lawyer is asking.
Exactly.
He said the Wi-Fi was hacked, so I guess we can't get on.
Oh yeah, you can't. You hear what? I have something for
Plus,
you.
you don't want to. I heard a dirty picture comes up.
No,
Watch
dirty
out,
is
everyone.
like, you know.
It's not even dirty. It's so far beyond dirty that you don't even.
Dirty is the
Here, take
quaint,
that.
innocent
Two
way to
hands
put
in
that.
there.
I'm giving Kevin an Ethernet wire so that he can plug in. Yeah, well, that was a weird situation. It was actually kind of cute. There was some guy in the audience, right?
Yeah.
And
I
we were all
walked over
doing,
and looked over his shoulder because, you know, there's like 18 people here with computers, but only one is, you know, running 17 command line windows and 3 in Vi and watching traffic go by. And like 2 seconds later, the Apple guys are certainly like whispering at him, and he's like packing up his notebook and disappearing.
we could have you arrested, but if you leave now, we won't.